Hey guys, welcome back to the stream. Two Mums here. Basically, we got a new video for you today. We're going to be looking at the brand new promo that EA have just announced coming this Friday, which is headliners. So what I'm going to be explaining on this video is basically what headliners are, the buy time for headliners, sell time for headliners, investments that we can make, and yeah, maybe just some examples as well of what kind of cards we might be seeing during this headliner promo. So basically, in my last video, I said that we should be seeing FFS cards, Future Star cards, this Friday. Last year, they did Future Star cards at this time last year. They did headliners a few weeks from now, I think at the start of February. It looks like they've kind of changed it up this year, so we are getting headliners early this year by the looks of things. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. So before we start, I'll quickly give you guys an update on the Road to Glory, let you know what's going on, and then we'll get straight into the information about the headliners. So going into the Road to Glory, it's Thursday today, so we got Rewards Day today, which is sell-off day for reward investments. I mentioned these reward investments in my last video. Everything is doing really well, man. So if you guys picked up any of these cards or just any card, meta cards that I talked about in general, most things on the market are doing really, really well. So most cards I've picked up here, you know, my Allens I think are up 25k. Nine Golan is up like 20k since I bought him. Carverhouse up about 15k since I bought him, and so on. So everything is making a lot of money. We should see a nice little spike when rewards actually come out, and then sell time is about 5-6 hours after rewards. Any time between around 2 to 5 p.m. UK time, Thursday night is normally a good sell time. As long as you're out of these cards by 6 p.m. UK, is usually the safest thing. So that's an update on that. So in the next episode, you guys will obviously see how much money we made off of our investments. On top of that, basically, we on stream, so I live stream. On stream, we actually built a brand new squad, which I'm thinking of building come this week, basically. So when I get the money back from the investments, we'll probably play this weekend league with a weak team, and then we should have this team for the weekend after. Obviously, things could change a little bit. We're tossing up between, you know, Pele and Cruyff, Kante in that spot maybe, depending on money. And then I've been thinking about maybe swapping these two, and then going maybe inform Varane into that spot, and then to Stegen as goalkeeper. So there's a few little things we've been changing around, but that's a general idea of what we're looking at to make for the team. Anyways, enough about me and my Road to Glory. Let's get straight into having a look at the headliner promo. So basically, as you can see right here on my screen, this popped up on our front pages when you go into Ultimate Team. I think it was last night or 2 nights ago. Yeah, so headliners looks like it's going to be a little bit different this year. They've given out a few hints into this headliner picture here that could give us a hint. So basically what headliners was last year was headliners were kind of like OTWs, so ones to watch cards. They were dynamic, beg your pardon, sorry. They were dynamic, so they upgraded as they got informs. But unlike OTWs, headliners always stayed one stat or one upgrade rating above their highest card. So if Lewandowski had a headliner card and he had a 90 rated inform, his highest inform, that is, his highest card, man of the match card, was a 90 rated. His headliner would be 1 rating ahead of that, so a 91 rated. And it was dynamic, so it grew. As that card got more informs, the headliner also grew and always stayed 1 inform ahead. So that's how it was kind of run last year. Some of the hints they've given us this year, obviously, look, they've given us the nation of 2 of the cards that we're going to get and the rating of one of the cards we're going to get. What I've really been looking at particularly is this here. So in the first picture, they gave us a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4, and the arrow pointing to the 4. The next day, they've given us this one, which is the 4 W's and the arrow pointing to the 4th W. What does this mean? We don't really know. I've got ideas. One of my ideas is maybe they get upgraded as they win more games in real life. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 originally, now it's 4 W's. 4 W's usually stand for like wins and L's stand for losses. So maybe as your card gets 4 wins in real life gameplay, so not in FIFA, but in real life, they get 4 wins. Every 4th win, maybe they get an upgrade, a stat boost, a rating upgrade, something like that. So that's just an idea. And then another thing that they show you on this is if you zoom in, you can actually see letters hidden. There's an R, there's an E there, an L, an M, another E, N, there's a T. So there's little hidden letters throughout. Now, what people have seemed to have figured out on Twitter and everything like that is all the letters that are there are the same letters in the name Mertens. Obviously, we're getting a Belgium card, which is most likely, a lot of people think, Nainggolan or Mertens. But now that we see the letters and it spells out all the letters that are, like, not all the letters, there's obviously an L there, but every single letter in the word Mertens is also in there. So a lot of people think it could be Mertens. And then apparently it also spells out, there's enough letters to spell out Tellez as well. So some people think maybe we'll also get a Tellez. Spanish cards we could get, Luis Alberto, Traore, and then obviously a card with a 94 boost here. There's a lot of different suggestions. So yeah, we're going to have to kind of wait and see. I'm actually not too sure who that one will be. But that's basically what's been things. So that's what we're going to be getting. Now, what I wanted to quickly talk to you about was what headliners are. So I've already told you they get a 1 inform rating. This is last year's explanation on what the headliners were. It might be a little bit different this year, but this just gives you a little clue. So basically, like I said, at the launch of the event, each headliner player item type is released at 1 inform upgrade higher than their latest qualifying performance-based inform. Team of the week, man of the match, hero, record breaker, or team of the group stage item. So it's 1 upgrade above any of those kind of cards. Also, it says here, down here, who qualifies for a FUT19 headliner. So a FUT19 headliner are a curated selection of players who are on an exceptional run of form through the season so far. So someone who's already got probably a few informs or has just been playing really well throughout the season. In addition to qualifying for selection as a FUT19 headliner, the player must have had at least 1 performance-based inform this season and must not have an existing dynamic item, team of the year, or a base item rated 90 or above. So basically what this means is the card cannot have a base rating of 90 or above. So people think that Neymar might get one. Neymar, according to last year, could not get a headliner card because his base card is higher than 90 rated, his gold card. Team of the years can't get one. So Mane, De Bruyne, De Jong, Van Dijk, those kind of cards, Varane, cannot get one. And they cannot have an already dynamic card. So OTWs are dynamic cards and the Road to the Final are also dynamic cards. So if the card has a Road to the Final card or an OTW, they cannot also get one. So for instance, a lot of people thought maybe Ben Yedder could get one. Ben Yedder cannot get one. So that basically gives you an idea of what they are and the requirements needed in order for someone to get one. And obviously also it said it needs to have a past inform. So it can only be a card that has a past inform. If the card doesn't have a past inform, they can't get in. So that's what they are. Now let's talk about the prices, when to buy them, when to sell them, that kind of thing. Basically, this is FUT19 headliners from last year. So these are some of the cards that got in last year. As you can see, there's some pretty nice cards there. We got that left wing Dembele, that Skriniar was a nice card, Lozano, Rashford, that Hernandez was a really good card, Sandro, Sane, Royce, Son, Pogba. So they gave us actually some really good cards. So hopefully they're going to drop some really good cards again this year, and I expect they will. But basically what I want to show you is the buy time, the sell time. Now, I looked through every single card here. I picked a few for examples for you guys, but I looked through every single card, and basically the sell time and the buy time was the exact same in every single card. So These cards all moved very similarly. Is that a word? Similar. Oh shit, chat. They move very similar, all right, to each other. So some of the ones I gave, for example, are Ousmane Dembele. Now, basically, he comes out on the Friday. So he's coming out this Friday. So this Friday that I'm pointing to right now is the equivalent. Comes out on Friday. He holds his price through the weekend. I guess as people are maybe buying these cards for the weekend league and using them on the weekend league. He then dips a lot all the way down into Thursday. Now, that's obviously strange for a lot of people because Thursday is usually, when prices are quite high. But these are in packs, obviously, from Friday to Friday. They're in packs for a week. So, with a card that's in packs, the longer he's in packs, the less rare he gets, basically. The more supply he gets, prices go down. So this card drops all the way into Thursday, hits a low on Thursday right there at 304, and then rises quite nicely. Now, obviously, he rises really high, a month later. But if you're investing in these cards, you don't want to be holding for a month. But the best time is the week after. So the very next week going into Weekend League, on the Thursday, he hits 355. So in exactly the space of 1 week, this card has gone up 51,000 coins. Okay? So once again, if you want to buy in terms to invest or just for your team, the end of the week was when it was the best, just before these guys went out of packs, was when it was best last year. And I would assume something similar this year. It might not be the exact same day, so Thursday, but I would assume just before they go back into packs, not the day they go back into packs. Sorry, not the day they go out of packs, but just before that. So probably like the Wednesday, Thursday again. Wednesday, I think, will probably be a very popular day. And that's probably the most likely, I reckon, maybe like a Wednesday night. But obviously, we'll have to monitor it and see how we go. And I'll hopefully bring out some more videos so I can keep monitoring these with you guys. Anyways, the same thing happens with the other cards. So Rashford, once again, comes out on the Friday, goes up originally into like Saturday, Sunday, and then dips a lot. Once again, hits a low on Thursday. Exactly the same. Rises into the next weekend league, where he's actually sitting about 590 on the Friday, Thursday. So he goes from 444 to 590 within a week. Royce, exact same thing. Comes out on the Friday. On the Thursday, he hits a low at 595. The very next Thursday, he's at 801. So he went from 598 to 801. That's a 200k improvement. Now, quickly, people are saying, wow, these could be insane investments. And yes, they could be, but I don't see this year rising as high. The reason why they rose so high last year, I reckon, is because this was a brand new promo. No one had ever seen this promo before. So a lot of traders and a lot of people on the market didn't know how to act around these cards. And therefore, you wouldn't have had as many people investing in these cards. So therefore, we see a bigger rise. This year, a lot more people are going to be aware of how much they rose last year. You're probably going to see a lot more people investing in these cards. That's not to say they're not going to be good investments. I still think these are going to be very good investments. But you're probably not going to see a card like this rising 200k in a week. Like, that's pretty crazy for a card to rise 200k in a week. Like a third of his price. And this last one was Human Son that I picked. Same kind of thing. Hits a low on Thursday. The next Thursday, he's up at 917. So he goes from 840 to 917. What's that? About a 75 to 80k increase. So basically, that's the plan. Like I said, I'll bring out some updates, but that is the general plan of these headliners. I would say we buy on Wednesday, Thursday. Obviously, we have to monitor the prices, and I'll try and monitor those for you guys. But buy time's looking like Wednesday, Thursday. Sell time would be the week after going into the weekend league. And I think we can make a lot of money off those cards. Same if you just want to buy them for your team. I wouldn't buy them straight away for this weekend league. Wait until midweek. And you'll probably get a lot better price on them. And yeah, now that you guys have seen what cards can be, leave a comment down below. Let me know which cards do you want to see in headliners? What cards do maybe you think will get in headliners? So I already said Traore is probably a good chance. A lot of people are saying Immobile. Navas is a chance. Mertens obviously is a good chance. So there's a lot of different cards. Alberto. Obviously, some cards that people might want to see, like we haven't had a special Pogba yet. So a lot of people were like, oh, I wish we could have gotten Pogba. A card we could see, Lewandowski. Didn't get a team of the year. What's he rated this year? I think he's only rated 89 this year, which means he's eligible to get one. And he's already got a few informs. So I think it would take him to a 94. Because I think he's already got a 93 or 92 informs. So it would take him to a 93 or 94 rated headliner card. So that could be an interesting one. A way of EA giving back. Since he did get a little bit shafted with Team of the Year, I think he really did deserve probably to get a Team of the Year the way he played. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you out, if you make some money off it, then please, please, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, guys. I really would appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, chap.